in football for 2 years. 2022 season, go to the Super Bowl. 2023 season, you start 9-0. But the 2024 season, they're 2-2 with the bye week. Jalen Hurts leads the National Football League in turnover since the start of last season. It has not been great. They lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Philadelphia Eagles are 3-8 in their last 11 games. But before that, Jalen Hurts, I believe, was 15-3 over the course of that 2022 season. Playoffs included Shady. I'm confused by the Eagles. But you're the all-time leading rusher of the Eagles. So let's get it popping. This show is literally jam-packed. Has the shine worn off the Eagles?
Before I answer, you say you was confused. What you confused about?
That's what I want to know. You said confused.
I'm confused because this is a team that went to the Super Bowl. Then the year after they went to the Super Bowl, this is a team that was 9-0 the next year.
Okay.
And now, since then, they're 3-8 in their last 11 games with a lot of the same pieces offensively. You still got Lane, you still got Jalen, you still got Goddard, you still got Brown, you still got Smitty, you still got the same head coach and general manager and owner. So I'm confused as how you can fall from grace like
quickly.
that.
Well, I'll say this, man. It's a couple things in life that's guaranteed. Got to pay taxes.
Yeah.
Right? You need insurance.
Yeah.
And we going to go to the playoffs. Eagles going to be in that playoffs, man. How you cut it, we going to be in that playoffs.
Look good. Even with the Commanders and
Hey,
Cowboys?
man, listen, man. Hey, look, man, on this show, we like to put a wager on things. We're going to put a wager on if we're going to play us or not. If not, please relax. Okay, you asked me if the shine has wore off. No, I'm not. I mean, how could it? Yo, one thing about playing this league, there's certain players that you can't win if they don't play. I've been there. There's some guys like Jason Peters. If the best left tackle in the game at this time was not playing, we knew we might lose this game. Lane Johnson's that type of guy. Lane didn't play last game, right? When Lane plays, we're 91-54. That's a winning percentage. When he don't play, we're 13-23. That's a losing percentage.
Yep.
A.J. Brown, he don't really never miss games. But when he misses games, the chance of us winning is probably slim.
Yeah.
And when he plays for 26-9 and then he doesn't play, we're 1-2. So all I'm saying is there's certain guys that if they don't play, we might not win. Last game against the Bucs, right? Hostile environment. We kind of had to revenge them a little bit from beating us over the years. But we didn't. You know why? Because our big dogs didn't play.
Yeah. I'm not talking, though,
Come on,
last game. Because what,
a loss.
Say you wouldn't make a... Look at
It's one game.
You would make a phenomenal lawyer. Go ahead, James.
Before you go, I want you to go. But before you go, when it's a Packers or Eagles talk, can you go to somebody else first? That person ain't gonna start the show.
That was a good lawyer.
It was good. I'm saying that the shine we're off. And I'm saying, well, how did we're off? Because every year we're going to be in the playoffs, and these little small losses.
Here, let me classify it.
Okay.
This will be staggering for James and Chase and for you at home. And I'm about to say it's going to be staggering because I was shocked when I heard it. Over the last 30 seasons, only 3 players have won 26 games over 29 starts. Tom Brady did it twice. He did it from 2006 to 2009. He did it from 2003 to 2005. He won 26 games in 29 starts. He won 27 games in 29 starts. Patrick Mahomes did it once. He did it from 2019 to 2021, winning 26 games over 29 starts. And Jalen Hurts is the only other person mentioned with 2 of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, the greatest, Hurts. From 2022 to 2023, winning 26 games and 29 starts. That is just to show you all the level of excellence that Jalen Hurts' Eagles were in. Keep in mind, Mahomes won a Super Bowl or 2 over that stretch, and Tom Brady won 3 to 4 Super Bowls over that stretch. Jalen Hurts has yet to win any. So, Shady, when I'm talking about shine, there was an illustrious shine over Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, but now Hurts has only won 3 games over the last 11 starts. I'm not just talking about last Sunday. I'm talking about the totality of the picture. Difference.
I mean, like, we can sit here and talk like that. And by the way, that's pretty good company.
Great company.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
My guy's a winner. That's what he does.
Yeah,
but
he was.
when you look at all the teams right now playing, like the Niners are 2-2. We think they're a playoff team. We think they're an elite team. I look at the Ravens. I think they've lost, right? What, twice? Yeah. They're an elite team.
And I would say the shine's worn off of them.
No. The thing about the Eagles is this, yo. Saquon Barkley's probably the best running back in football right now. 1 or 2, however you want to cut it, right? And I think we're 1 yard catch away from sealing that game, beating a good Falcons team. Okay? So when you start just looking at all the dynamics of why we are 2-2 and we're on the bye, we got to get more healthier, right? I was talking to A.J. Brown the other day, and everybody was getting close, but we are banged up. I just think that if you look at the whole season, I'm worried about the whole season. I'm not worried about game 1, game 2, or game 4. I'm worried about the whole season. If you look at the Eagles as the whole season, we got to get better on defense.
Yes.
That's one thing.
Yes,
we got to
sir.
stay, not even better, get
Pass
consistent.
rusher.
Yes.
We do good one game, then we don't. So get consistent on defense, right? Check that at the bye. And then on offense, I think Jalen Hurts needs to be a little bit smarter with the ball, right? I think Nick Sirianni can cut down on some of these risky calls, right? But when you get all your healthier guys back, your best left tackle in the game, you get your best wide receiver in the game, things like that helps out the team. So now we don't have to make these risky calls. Now we need the defense to play great. But I tell you what, though, y'all keep doubting us stuff, right? Y'all keep, because I've been there before, y'all keep doubting us.
No doubt.
Jalen Hurts is going to answer that call
all
when
been
A.J.
doubted.
Brown comes back and Devontae Smith come back.
We all been doubted.
And do not jump on the bandwagon, please.
That's part of it.
There's no bandwagon.
Has the shine worn off on the Eagles?
Yes, sir.
I don't want to say the shine has worn off on the Eagles, but the shine has worn off on Jalen Hurts. And I think that's what we're trying to, like, go around.
Kind of swim around.
Is it the whole line, the receivers?
Should I say it or should I not say
No,
it?
because A.J. Brown don't miss games. Lane Johnson has been in a lot of games. They've been in a lot of these games to where they have been 3-11 in the last stretch. They were in a lot of these games when they started 10-1 after week 12 last year, and they laid an egg, losing 6 out of 7 to losing teams. They were playing. The only dude that didn't really have that shine was Jalen Hurts. When they were rolling and going to the Super Bowl, yes, the defense was playing well. They were sacking the quarterback at a high rate. But Jalen Hurts was also playing at a very, very high level. Like, it's hard for me to look at Jalen Hurts in that Super Bowl game against Patrick Mahomes, who I believe he outplayed. I believe he looked like he was outplaying Patty Mahomes in that Super Bowl. I ain't seen that dude. The shine is off of Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is not, and I'm going to say it again, he's not playing good football right now. He hasn't been playing good football since week 12. And I don't even go to stats. I don't want to go to turnovers leading the league. And I don't want to go to, with my eyes, when I seen this dude at his highest in the Super Bowl, and I see after week 12 last year and start of this season, he does not look like the same dude. I don't know what it is. I don't know what to point the finger at, but he does not look like the same dude. The shine is worn off of Jalen Hurts, and I don't know how he gets it back. Can he? Sure. I just don't know how he does.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is the face of that franchise. And as you guys know, the face of the franchise is the quarterback. Usually, as they go, the franchise goes, okay? So prior 11 games, the Eagles are 10-1. The last 11, they're 3-8. The shine has definitely worn off on them, okay? And specifically Jalen Hurts, I think I said it yesterday on the show, he's regressed as a passer. Okay, what does that mean, Chase? Well, he doesn't look to me like he's seeing things that are open. He doesn't look to me like he is seeing pressures. He's throwing hot in that Bucs game when he's not hot. And I think that goes down to losing Jason Kelce. The biggest thing, though, on offense, like, they got to get better on defense. They got to get a pass rusher, all that stuff. When you lose the turnover battle, you're pretty bad. The Eagles have lost the turnover battle in all 4 games this season and haven't won the battle outright since week 11 of last year. When you're losing the turnover battle or breaking even, it's hard to win in this league, especially with the defense. They don't have the playmakers like they have specifically on that defensive line. So with Jalen, you got to see it better. You got to get these sweeper reads that we talk about all the time. You got to simplify it a little bit for Jalen if you're offensive coordinator Kellen Moore.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. I'm like, I hear Shady's take, and I understand at the end of the day, if they're still a playoff team, then where's the lack of shine? But I think it might be one of those things, 2-5, where it's slowly wearing off so you can't see it. Like when you slowly put on weight so you can't really see it. Y'all know what it is. You put on 2
After you
pounds
quit
here,
playing.
3 pounds there.
That's
Next
me.
thing you know, you're like, wait a second, who am I now?
Yeah.
I agree the shines wore off of Jalen Hurts. And we've seen this picture before. Y'all know I study college football extensively. I do it on Saturdays here at Fox. Jalen Hurts had a lot of shine on him as a true freshman. We all know that. SEC Offensive Player of the Year. I don't think we'd ever seen that out of a true freshman. But by his sophomore year, later in the season, that shine had worn off. Why? Because Tua Tagovailoa had replaced Jalen Hurts in the national championship game. Jalen Hurts had a lot of shine on him his all-pro year. But by that following year, some of that shine had worn off because he led the National Football League in turnovers. I remember 2022, Tennessee Titans. Jalen Hurts, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. A.J. Brown, Counting up on the dependents.
Teams.
I remember Jalen Hurts, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 2022 versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, 285 yards. I remember Jalen Hurts, 340 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions versus Washington, week 3 of the 2022 season. I remember that. That Jalen Hurts was in a whole nother stratosphere. The Eagles used to go out on the field and we wouldn't ask ourselves if they'd win. We'd ask ourselves, how much are they going to win by? Now the Eagles go out on the football field, and you just kind of hoping that they will win. You're hoping that they can take enough of a lead so that there's not such a glaring error with the lack of a defense. You're hoping that Jalen Hurts can put the